right, good evening, everyone. I hope you had a fine No Kings weekend. I know that it was a great event on Saturday afternoon here in Lexington, Kentucky. Literally thousands of people showed up for the No Kings event that was happening all across the country. And it really was just an amazing thing to be a part of. So many people from so many different backgrounds were out protesting on Saturday afternoon. And I'm glad that I was able to be a part of it. But before I get into all the No Kings, let me introduce you to myself. Let me introduce you to the channel. My name is David Nathaniel, and the gay vibe is something that I was thinking about for quite a while, and it took me a little bit to figure out exactly what I wanted to zone in on and focus in on. I knew it was going to be the LGBTQ community. Obviously, I'm part of that community, but I wanted to do something maybe just a little bit different than some of the other channels. I know that's kind of hard to do, but what I wanted to do was not only just cover some of the more main stories that happened, but I really wanted to talk about local events, maybe cover some drag events, do some clips and videos, and maybe some interviews. I think all of that stuff could really help bolster the local LGBTQ community here in Lexington and the local area. But all right, let's get started. I want to take a look at the overall event that was going on. This article is from NPR, and you can kind of see from the picture here. I just find that picture to be kind of phenomenal. Actually, I don't know what kind of organization it takes to get something like that together, but to me, that's just absolutely phenomenal what they did there. Literally, thousands are there. This says that there were 2,600 No King events that were planned on Saturday, and it clearly millions of people. It says that there were 5 million at the last event that happened back in June, and this one I can absolutely guarantee you there had to be more. Just looking at the crowd size that was in Lexington and multiplying that across the country, I absolutely know that this one eclipsed the last event. I think I read earlier yesterday that it was over 20 million people that actually attended all of these events. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. You know, there really are some good pictures here, but I wanted to cover this section right here. Now, this was just posted yesterday, and the response from the administration, Mike Johnson says that the Saturday protests were a hate America rally, and that's the words that he's quoted as saying here. So, what my challenge to you is, we're going to take a look at some of the footage from downtown Lexington. We'll look at some of the protest signs and all of that. And you tell me if this is a hate rally, if there's violence, or if this is a peaceful demonstration of the voice of the people. But all right, so this is downtown Lexington, and this is on the other side of South Limestone. You can kind of see there's probably about 1,000 people there, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The crowds just kept getting bigger and bigger as the day went on. I was there till about 4, I guess, is when it ended. And what was one of the better things that I thought happened was they actually did have a protest. So they blocked off the streets, and at the end of the rally, protesters were allowed to literally protest around the streets. I think we were there, probably protested for roughly maybe about 20 minutes or so. It was a pretty good march, and there were most certainly a lot of people there. And of course, you know, the Frogs of Freedom showed up. You know, I'm not really too familiar with the idea of frogs. I don't know what that has to do with it, but I do understand the costuming and why people are dressing up as characters. There's just so much in the media out there saying about how these protests are violent and how we need to get more law enforcement involved. But I think it's a perfect example of people wearing costumes to show that these are peaceful. I mean, it's going to look kind of silly if you're attacking someone who's dressed up in a character costume. But yeah, so clearly you can kind of see these were all peaceful events, and I did take some pictures of quite a few signs that were out there. Now, I took a lot of pictures, but I'm not going to show you all of them. I just want to kind of focus on a few. This one that comes up, I'm not really enamored with the upside down American flag there, but what shocked me, I think more than that, was when I first walked up to the protest, that was the first thing that I saw was the "Don't Tread on Me" sign. And generally speaking, Democrats and people on the left don't really carry that sign. It usually is, I think, now I might be mistaken here, but I think people with a more libertarian mindset tend to carry that sign or flag. But yeah, it was people from all different backgrounds, from both sides of the political aisle, from different cultures, different backgrounds. It was just an amazing, amazing thing to be a part of, and I took a lot of pictures here of all the signs and everything that was going on. And I'm going to be sure to post these down in the description if you'd like to download any of these to include in I don't know, maybe you want to talk about some of these things with some of your friends. But anyway, yeah, that was another one of the frogs there. You can kind of see. I really, really, I just think that is the neatest thing. I just think that is the neatest, cutest little thing that could be. But yeah, honestly, just sign after sign, people after people were just protesting as much as they could. It was just one of the best events I think that I ever participated in. But yeah, I hope that if you were able to get out, that you had a good time. If you did, I'm sure that you did. If you didn't, I hope you were at least able to drive through and maybe honk your horn and show your support. But all right, that's what I have for you today. And again, I want to thank you for being here. This is something that really I wanted to do for a long time. And it kind of takes a little bit of confidence, a little bit of courage to get started. But I think we got a good start here. And I hope that you will like and subscribe. So that way, maybe we can get a little bit going in the future. But all right, you all have a great one. And I will see everybody soon.